Good morning, fam. How art thou? I hope everybody is doing well on this awesome Saturday morning. We are about done, guys. We are about done. We're finishing up Jen Sincero's You Are a Badass. And I don't know about you guys, but I am loving this book. This book is absolutely fabulous. I had DZ on yesterday with me. And we're going to do, hopefully we're going to have DZ on a little later to talk about his experience in the music business and the music that he does. So I'm looking forward to that, and we'll just, move right into that after we finish listening to the book. But guys, we're on the home stretch. We're on the home stretch. Shout out to everybody in the New Media family. Shout out to L Fuser, King Fuselit. Shout out to DKM. Shout out to DZ and Late Night Lounge. Shout out to Queen Royalty. Shout out to Selfmade Sicario. Tap into Love for Hoop Culture. Sean Bless. Ball Don't Lie Podcast. Mozart. Macrina Daniels. Danetta. You name it. Bartranize the world, baby. Shout out to Brother Bartran. New media is a movement, and it is happening day by day. And this is just one of the facets. Over here at Party Over Here, we like to basically do a little bit of everything. If you can hear it, it'll be on this channel, whether it be music, whether it be, a sporting event, whether it be, an audio book, you name it, a conversation, you name it. Party Over Here means just that. If you can hear it, then we will do it. So I'm so glad to have any and everybody with me today. And quite frankly, I've always been a loner. So if nobody's here, I'm still all good. But it's more fun when you got more people at the party. The more the merrier, right? But just sitting here sipping my coffee. Shout out to Nikki Star TV. I'm going to tell you something. That girl got it going on with those reviews. She is so cool to listen to, and I think that if more of us uplift each other and push each other up, I think we will not be like those crabs in the crate pulling each other down, right? Elevate. If you have a business that you want to promote on here, especially a Black-owned business, minority business, if you are a Black female, especially, because that is the group that I belong to, and you have a business that you want to promote, let me know. You can come on the show, tell us about your business, and we will promote you. So that's what we're all about. J&J Video is a Black female-owned business, and yes, I'm a content creator, live stream producer for hire. So hey, it's all love, baby, over here. So you guys sit back and enjoy You Are a Badass, because we are all headed for good things. We're going to make it happen. Shout out to Vegan Knowledge JJ. Thank you, my love. Thank you for always supporting me, Jen. I love you so much. And I can't wait to get you on here to tell us what made you want to become vegan. So Jen said either later today or tomorrow she is willing to sit down and talk to us about that. So I'm excited for that. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to listening to the end of Jen Sincero's You Badass. Don't forget to smash that like button and share if you care on all forms of social media. Appreciate you.
Be your best, do your best, demand the best, expect the best, receive the best, and put your best out into the world so everyone can receive your best too.
Woo! She's starting off right.
Would you rather hang out in a world where everyone feels happy and well taken care of and aspires to be the best they can be? Or would you rather be in a world where people live in fear and shame and scrimp and hold themselves back? What would each scenario do to your energy? One of the best things you can do to improve the world is to improve yourself.
Facts.
It's a grassroots effort. So if you need money to improve your life, get over already and go get yourself some.
Talk to
this
him,
isn't
Jen.
just about you, okay? In order to go get some money, get very clear on what kind of life will make you truly happy, and be honest. What kind of experiences and possessions will support you in the work you want to?
Speaking of which, shout out to Brother DZ for turning me on to an awesome video on how to get into options trading. Okay, I am definitely looking to get better at creating a passive income stream with stock options. You know, a lot of our people don't know a lot about building financial stability through stocks, you know, cryptocurrency. They're not educated. And when you have a brother like DZ that's willing to help you get educated on things like that so that you can be financially independent, hey, we need more brothers like that out here. Shout out to you, DZ. Thank you so much. And yes, I did listen to it. I put it in my ears while I was sleeping last night so that it could also touch my subconscious. But consciously, I got through about half of it, and then I couldn't help it. LaMelo Ball was killing it last night, brother, so I had to get on that. But I will finish that up. I'm so enjoying that. Thank you.
To do and in the kind of life you'd love to live. If you're truly happy living a simple life surrounded by people you love, trading little trinkets you've carved out of cow bones for food, and making just enough to get by, that's one thing. But pretending you don't want
cows
more
over
than
here.
you
We're
already have
vegans,
because
baby
you
girl.
can't afford it or feel guilty and pretentious for wanting it, that's another. That is called being a weenie. Determine what your personal, truest version of success looks like. No comparing yourself to others. Figure out how much it will cost, and then set out with steadfast determination to manifest the money you need to create it. Fourth rule of wealth consciousness: raise your frequency. Money on its own means nothing. A $100 bill sitting on a table is a piece of paper. It's the energy around it that makes it relevant. That $100 bill could have been slipped into a birthday card from your granny, or you could have stolen it from your best friend when she wasn't looking, or you could have earned it by doing something you loved or by doing something you hated. In each situation, the energy around the money is different. Nothing has any value other than the value we put on it.
Facts.
Similarly, the monetary value we put on things and services has energy. Someone could sell a t-shirt in a store for $10. Another person can sell the exact same t-shirt in some fancy store for $1,000. How much is a gold watch worth? How much is a broken watch worth that was owned by Michael Jackson? It's all make-believe, or rather, it's all what we make ourselves believe.
That's it.
If we believe we're worth $10 an hour, that's the frequency we'll put out, and that's the kind of client or job we'll attract. If we believe we're worth $1,000 an hour, that's the frequency we'll put out, and that's the kind of client or employment opportunities we'll attract.
Facts, girl.
The key word is believe. You can't be shitting bricks and charging more than you believe you're worth and expect to receive it.
Woo!
And you can't charge less than you believe you're worth and expect to flourish because you'll be pissed off. In order to create wealth, you must bring yourself into energetic alignment with the money you desire to manifest. 3 people can do the same thing for a living. Let's say they're chiropractors, for example. One makes $50,000 a year, one makes $100,000, one makes $1 million a year. Is the guy who makes $1 million that much better than the guy who makes $50,000? And how do you put a price tag on his betterness? Is the way he cracks someone's back $950,000 a year times better than the guy who makes $50,000? He may be more skilled or have more experience, but then again, he may not. But what it ultimately comes down to is his decision of his worth. He's operating at a $1 million frequency, so that's what he's charging and getting. Money is an exchange of energy between people. When you charge your clients from a certain frequency or demand a certain salary, you attract clients and employers who are already at that frequency. You're not putting a gun to their heads. You are not the only person offering these goods and services. They're free to work with or hire someone who's at a different frequency than you are, but they're coming to you. And part of what you offer is the opportunity to meet at your frequency. Lowering your frequency out of fear leaves everyone vibrating at a lower frequency. If it's important to you to offer your services for free or rock bottom prices for people in serious deep doo-doo, then you can have a charitable leg of your business or some sort of scholarship dealio or find a patron, or get grants, or seek another means of income that sustains you while you work for free. But exhausting yourself because you need to 1,000,000 hours in order to survive because you feel guilty charging what you're worth is real low-level stuff. You ultimately wind up helping fewer people because you're tired and crabby and less effective. So where are you at energetically with what you make? And where do you want to be? You can figure this out by getting nice and clear on the kind of life you desire to live, figuring out what you need to be making to manifest this reality, and set about matching your frequency to your desired income. If you're nowhere near where you want to be, keep pushing yourself to raise your prices or seek higher paying jobs. Surround yourself with higher frequency experiences and people. Beef up your education and know-how. Make vision boards of what you want your life to look like. Again, raising your frequency is like developing a muscle. Strengthening it is a process. Fifth rule of consciousness: stay in shape. You must keep your frequency high and your belief in limitless possibility strong to manifest your dream house or your goal of going to the Olympics or to call in your soulmate. Otherwise, you run the risk of sliding backwards into having your father's lame relationship with money, or your mother's terror of being visible, or your divorced parents' mistrust of intimacy. When it comes to being mighty about money, one of the best ways to do this is to read wealth consciousness books all the time, over and over. My two staples have always been Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill and The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, but there are plenty of others out there. Find some that work for you and read them for at least 30 minutes every single day. Surround yourself with inspiring people who don't think money is bad and those who either already have it or are intent on making it. Watch your thoughts and your words. Make a conscious effort to keep your positive financial mindset strong and unwavering. Get into reality about how much you want to make and why. There are countless ways to make serious money. Depending on what business you're in, they will obviously vary, but there are some general rules that apply across the board. Start by thinking about the life you'd love to live and why. Exactly how much money you need to manifest to make it. If you don't know how much it would cost to build your dream house, do the research. If you want to travel, figure out where and by when, and do the math on exactly how much it'll all cost. If you want a lifestyle where you eat out more and wear nicer clothes, crunch the numbers. How much money do you now need to make per year, per month, per hour? The universe responds to details. The universe responds to energy. The universe responds to badasses. There's a big difference between walking around saying you want to make $1 million a year and having crystal clear intentions, fierce desire, and hell-bent action towards specific goals. Make a list. Be super specific about exactly what it is, how much it will cost, why you want it, how it will make you feel, etc. You need to be in a full-on lather about it and want it so badly that it is not negotiable. It will and it must happen regardless of how long it takes. Decide what it is you want and write down the exact cost. Make it urgent. Ever notice how when your rent's due in a week and you have no idea how you're going to pay it? Or if you really need a specific amount of money for a specific urgent purpose, like getting a throbber of a rotten tooth pulled, that you always manage to somehow figure out how to get the money you need just in time? Usually a check that you had forgotten about arrives in the mail, or an unexpected freelance job comes in, or you suddenly develop the nerve to ask someone for a loan, or you sell grandma's jewelry, or you compete with the 5-year-old selling lemonade down the street and make a killing. You shift from wasting your time whining and worrying because you're suddenly too busy making it happen. This is the power of clarity, urgency, not screwing around. The money is there if you really, truly desire it. It's just a matter of being so about it that you don't stray from the path of manifesting it, no matter what gets thrown in it. The trick is to treat your dreams with this same urgency and determination. It's one thing to kick ass when your back is against the wall and you've got to come up with your kids' tuition, and quite another to create self-imposed urgency so you stay the course until you've created your dream life instead of settling back into the big snooze. You need a sense of urgency to keep from dropping the ball when it gets difficult, and sliding down into thinking, screw it, I'm fine living next door to a kennel full of barking dogs. It's nothing getting some earplugs and boarding up my windows can't fix. Instead of being in reaction mode, it's about being in action mode. It's about no longer acting like a victim, letting your circumstances control your life,
Facts.
and instead acting like a superhero, creating a life that has you waking up in giddy disbelief that you get to be you. A great way to psych yourself into upgrading your life is by raising your bottom line. So often we take the massive leaps of faith only when we have to, when we need to put out some sort of fire, aka pay off some huge bill. Because this is about changing you, just about changing your income, why not decide who always has a certain amount of money in the bank? Be someone who's not in struggle and panic and constantly behind the eight ball. Come up with a figure and decide your account will never go below it. Make it non-negotiable. For example, if you decide to always have $2,000 in your checking account and refuse to see your balance go under it, it will likely generate income the second you get close to dipping below it.
Facts. Shout out to King Fuselet. I see you, brother. Good morning.
Or decide that you will always donate 10% of what you make to charity, no matter what.
I originally was just going to do this Monday through Friday, but I couldn't help it. It was an hour left of the book, and I want to start The Art of Not Giving a Fuck next week. So I wanted to finish it up. But thank you for joining.
New bottom line. Get yourself out of struggle by changing your mindset and being conscious of how you
working over here, baby. We work.
Receive your
finally.
Invest yourself with this money and the specific and or experiences it's going to provide. As I said, on its own means nothing. It's what we attach to it that gives it meaning and inspires us to have it in our lives.
Talk to him, Jen.
It's what this money makes us feel like that puts us in the proper tizzy to manifest it. Write a mantra that you can run over and over in your mind to help you manifest the money you desire. I see myself making $150,000 by December 31st by being an accountant and serving 30 new clients in the best way possible. I'm so grateful for this $150,000 by December 31st that allows me to take my family on a vacation to Bali and renovate our kitchen and donate money to build schools in Kenya. I see myself in the jungle with my kids and my wife. We're staying at my favorite hotel in Ubud. I feel so happy for being able to give my children this incredible, life-changing experience and for bringing my wife such joy. I can also see the kitchen and how happy it's made my wife to finally have it. I see the faces of the kids in Kenya as they write on the chalkboard in the school I've helped pay for. I feel such joy from being able to make a difference in their lives. I'm so grateful for this $150,000 that I will make by December 31st. I see the awesome clients I get to work with who are more than happy to pay me $100 an hour for my services. This money is mine. It is on its way to me now. I see it in my bank account and I am so grateful for it.
That's how you got to do it.
Makes you feel invincible. Read it over and over every day. See it and feel it and become a crazy person about it.
Use your imagination. Use your imagination. It works.
While their clients tested out a myriad of positions, but not mine. He lowered next to me on his back, arms crossed over his chest, and thoughtfully chat away, staring at the ceiling like we were at summer camp. I mean, he was nice enough and incredibly knowledgeable about coils and latex and memory foam, but I was scared to roll over for fear he'd start spooning me. Was I too friendly? Should I not have asked him where he was from? Did he think when I patted the empty space next to me to test the pillow? Obviously should have your butterfly around the garden.
Yeah, we
for hours, but all you seem to do is scare it off rather than catch it. Spend money lavishly or the people you love or a cause you're passionate about or whatever, and feel it in your own. Imagine receiving it and feel yourself filling up with gratitude for it coming to you. Be grateful to money for the awesome tool it is and for allowing you to feel so good. Replace the story, I resent needing money, with I'm grateful to money for helping me live such an awesome life.
Facts.
Start healing your relationship with money. Sit your broke ass down and write a letter to money and break it down sentence by sentence. Just did. Really do this, please, and create some new money affirmations. Repeat your new affirmations and feel them in your bones. Walk around thinking about how much you love, love, love money. Did hearing that just make you throw up a little bit in your mouth? You're going against some seriously deeply ingrained beliefs here. Money is incredibly loaded for most people. So if you want to get over your issues and start making money, spend some time on this. You are rewriting a story that was written in blood by you and generations before you that you've been buying your whole life. So it's going to take some effort to rewrite it and start living it.
I like how she basically addresses those of us that are not, we are money motivated, but we're not ruled by money. Because she's like, it's like, listen, I know it made you want to throw up in your mouth to say that, but you know, it is what it is. If you want to make a honest to God change in the world, you do need money. So you can make changes without money, but money helps. Okay, let's keep it a buck. Lots of bucks. So I think I like the way she put that there.
Third rule of wealth consciousness: get clear on where you desire to be. We need it to feed ourselves, buy clothes, get shelter, water, medicine, etc. Once it goes beyond basic survival, however, and we get into the arena of the quote unquote need, if we've got guilt and judgment and terror over what it means to have it and what people will think of us if we do, this is where all hell is going to break loose. Of course, none of us need more than the basics to survive. But if we're talking about blossoming into the fullest expressions of our best selves in an abundant universe, we do. Which is why I'm assuming you're listening to this book instead of one on how to distinguish edible berries from poisonous ones. You don't want to merely survive, you want to thrive in every area of your life, including the area of financial support. Being wealthy means having the resources to provide yourself with everything you need and desire to share your gifts with the world as your biggest, badassiest self. This means being wealthy psychologically, spiritually, and energetically, as well as materially. Let's say you've got your own clothing company. You need money to have a space to create your designs. You need to pay for materials, manufacturing, shipping, payroll, marketing, and all the other expenses of running your business. That's obvious. But you also need to feel healthy, happy, and good so you can do your best work, most awesome products to your customers. Maybe you need to live and work in a place you love that inspires you, or hire assistants so you're not exhausted and spread thin, or do things that fill you with happiness, like travel and buy your friends dinner, or join a gym, or get a puppy, or buy clown noses for everyone in your office. Maybe you want to give 20% of your income to help drill water wells in Africa, as well as hire more staff so you can donate some time to doing charity work. It all counts. Feeling like you don't deserve the things that make you the happiest and best version of yourself because it's greedy or is asking too much ultimately rips off the rest of the world because you aren't being fully supported and, as a result, aren't sharing your highest frequency with the world. Be your best, do your best, demand the best, expect the best, receive the best, and put your best out into the world so everyone can receive your best too. Think of it this way. Would you rather hang out in a world where everyone feels happy and well taken care of and aspires to be the best they can be? Or would you rather be in a world where people live in fear and shame and scrimp and hold themselves back? What would each scenario do to your energy? One of the best things you can do to improve the world is to improve yourself. It's a grassroots effort. So if you need money to improve your life, get over it already and go get yourself some. Because this isn't just about you, okay? In order to go get some money, get very clear on what life will make you truly happy. And be honest. What kind of experiences and possessions will support you in the work you want to do and in the kind of life you'd love to live? If you're truly happy living a simple life in a yurt, surrounded by people you love, trading little trinkets you've carved out of cow bones for food, and making just enough to get by, that's one thing. But pretending you don't want more than you already have because you can't afford it or feel guilty and pretentious for wanting it, that's another. That is called being a weenie. Determine what your personal, truest version of success looks like. No comparing yourself to others, please. Figure out how much it will cost, and then set out with steadfast determination to manifest the money you need to create it. Fourth
you do
rule
it.
of wealth consciousness: raise your frequency. Money on its own means nothing. A $100 bill sitting on a table is a piece of paper. It's the energy around it that makes it relevant. That $100 bill could have been slipped into a birthday card from your granny, or you could have stolen it from your best friend when she wasn't looking, or you could have earned it by doing something you loved or by doing something you hated. In each situation, the energy around the money is different. Nothing has any value other than the value we put on it. Similarly,
Facts.
the monetary value we put on things and services has energy. Someone could sell a t-shirt in a store for $10. Another person can sell the exact same t-shirt in some fancy store for $1,000. How much is a gold watch worth? How much is a broken watch worth that was owned by Michael Jackson? It's all make-believe, or rather, it's all what we make ourselves believe.
That's it.
If we believe we're worth $10 an hour, that's the frequency we'll put out, and that's the kind of client or job we'll attract. If we believe we're worth $1,000 an hour, that's the frequency we'll put out, and that's the kind of client or employment opportunities we'll attract.
Facts.
The key word is believe. You can't be shitting bricks and charging more than you believe you're worth and expect to receive it. And you can't charge less than you believe you're worth and expect to flourish because you'll be pissed off.
She's spilling
In
it.
order to create wealth, you must bring yourself into energetic alignment with the money you desire to manifest. 3 people can do the same thing for a living. Let's say they're chiropractors, for example. One makes $50,000 a year, one makes $100,000 a year, one makes $1 million a year. Is the guy who makes $1 million that much better than the guy who makes $50,000?
Probably not.
And how do you put a price tag on his betterness? Is the way he cracks someone's back $950 a year times better than the guy who makes $50,000? He may be more skilled or have more experience, but then again, he may not. But what it ultimately comes down to is his decision of his worth.
Right.
He's operating at a $1 million frequency, so that's what he's charging and getting. Money is an exchange of energy between people. When you charge your clients from a certain frequency or demand a certain salary, you attract clients and employers who are already at that frequency. You're not putting a gun to their heads. You are not the only person offering these goods and services. They're free to work with or hire someone who's at a different frequency than you are, but they're coming to you. And part of what you offer is the opportunity to meet at your frequency. Lowering your frequency out of fear leaves it vibrating at a lower frequency. If it's important to you to offer your services for free or rock bottom prices for people in serious deep doo-doo, then you can have a charitable leg of your business or some scholarship dealio, or find a patron or get grants, another means of income that sustains you while you work. But exhausting yourself because you need to work 8 million hours because you feel guilty charging what you're worth is real low stuff.
Shout out to Tam to Love for Hoop Culture. She's talking about frequencies, bro.
You ultimately wind up helping people because you're tired and less effective. So where are you at energetically with what you make? And where do you want to be? You can figure this out by getting nice and clear on the kind of life you desire to live, figuring out what you need to be making to manifest this reality, and set about matching your frequency to your desired income. If you're nowhere near where you want to be, keep pushing yourself to raise your prices or seek higher paying jobs. Surround yourself with higher frequency experiences and people. Beef up your education and know-how. Make vision boards of what you want your life to look like. Again, raising your frequency is like developing a muscle. Strengthening it is a process. 5th rule of wealth consciousness: stay in shape. You must keep your frequency high and your belief in limitless possibility strong to manifest house or your goal of going to the Olympics or to call in your soul. Otherwise, you run the risk of sliding backwards into having your father's lame relationship with money, or your mother's terror of being visible, or your divorced parents' mistrust of intimacy. When it comes to being mighty about money, one of the best ways to do this is to read wealth consciousness books all the time, over and over. My 2 staples have always been Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill and The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, but there are plenty of others out there. Find some that work for you and read them for at least 30 minutes every single day. Surround yourself with inspiring people who don't think money is bad and those who either already are intent on making it. Watch your thoughts and your words. Make a conscious effort to keep your financial mindset strong.
I actually read Think and Grow Rich when I was 18 from cover to cover. And I think ever since then, I've been on this same road. But she's right. Somewhere along the line, I have not put myself in the frequency to be this millionaire that I know I am on the inside, you know. And being a millionaire means what? It just means you have a lot more money. You know, it doesn't necessarily define you as a person, you know. Like she said, money sitting on a table is just a piece of paper. But the energy of who I would become, being able to donate to people who need it and to be able to help people who need it that I'm not in a position to do right now, is what I'm after. Not the money itself, but the ability to be able to do those things is what I'm after.
Strong and unwavering. Get into reality about how much you want to make and why. There are countless ways to make serious money, and depending on what business you're in, they will obviously vary, but there are some general rules that apply across the board. Start by thinking about the life you'd love to live and why. Figure out exactly how much money you need to manifest to make it happen. If you don't know how much it would cost to build your dream house, do the research. If you want to travel, figure out where and by when, and do the math on exactly how much it'll all cost. If you want a lifestyle where you eat out more and wear nicer clothes, crunch the numbers. How much money do you now need to make per year, per month, per hour? The universe responds to details. The universe responds to energy. The universe responds to badasses.
Woo!
There's a big difference between walking around saying you want to make $1 million a year and having crystal clear intentions, fierce desire, and hell-bent action towards specific goals. Make a list. Be super specific about exactly what it is, how much it will cost, why you want it, how it will make you feel, etc. You need to be in a full-on lather about it and want it so badly that it is not negotiable. It will and it must happen regardless of how long it takes. Decide what it is you want and write down the exact cost. Make it urgent. Ever notice how when your rent's due in a week and you have no idea how you're going to pay it? Or if you really need a specific amount of money for a specific urgent purpose, like getting a throbber of a rotten tooth pulled, that you always manage to somehow figure out how to get the money you need just in time? Usually a check that you had forgotten about arrives in the mail, or an unexpected freelance job comes in, or you suddenly develop the nerve to ask someone for a loan, or you sell grandma's jewelry, or you compete with the 5-year-old selling lemonade down the street and make a killing. You shift from wasting your time whining and worrying because you're suddenly too busy making it happen. This is the power of clarity, urgency, not screwing around. The money is there if you really, truly desire it. It's just a matter of so serious about it that you don't stray from the path of manifesting it, no matter what gets thrown in it. The trick is to your dreams with this same urgency and determination. It's one thing to kick ass when your back is against the wall and you've got to come up with your kids' tuition, and quite another to create self-imposed urgency so you stay the course until you've created your dream life instead of settling back into the big snooze. You need a sense of urgency to keep from dropping the ball when it gets difficult and sliding down into thinking, screw it, I'm fine living next door to a kennel full of barking dogs. It's nothing getting some earplugs and boarding up my windows can't fix. Instead of being in reaction mode, it's about being in action mode. It's about no longer acting like a victim, letting your circumstances control your life, and instead acting like a superhero, creating a life that has you waking up in giddy disbelief you get to be you. A great way to psych yourself into upgrading your life is by raising your bottom line. So often we take the massive leaps of faith only when we have to, when we need to put out some sort of fire, aka pay off some huge bill. Because this is about changing you, not just about changing your income, why not decide to be the kind of person who always has a certain amount of money in the bank? Be someone who's not in struggle and panic and constantly behind the eight ball. Come up with a figure and decide your account will never go below it. Make it non-negotiable. For example, if you decide that you will always have $2,000 in your checking account and refuse to see your balance go under it, it will light the fire under your ass to generate income the second you get close to it. Or decide that you will always donate 10% of what you make to charity, no matter what. Make a new bottom line. Get yourself out of struggle by changing your mindset and being conscious of how you deal with, generate, and receive your money. Envision yourself with this money and the specific things and/or experiences it's going to provide. As I said, money on its own means nothing. It's what we attach to it that gives it meaning and inspires us to have it in our lives. It's what this money makes us feel like that puts us in the proper to manifest it. A mantra that you can run over and over in your mind to help you manifest the money you desire. I see myself making $150,000 by December 31st by being an accountant and serving 30 new clients in the best way possible. I'm so grateful for this $150,000 by December 31st that allows me to take my family on a vacation to Bali and renovate our kitchen and donate money to build schools in Kenya. I see myself in the jungle with my kids and my wife. We're staying at my favorite hotel in Ubud. I feel so happy for being able to give my children this incredible, life-changing experience and bringing my wife such joy. I can also see the kitchen and how happy it's made my wife to finally have it. I see the faces of the kids in Kenya as they write on the chalkboard in the school I've helped pay for. I feel such joy from being able to make a difference in their lives. I'm so grateful for this $150,000 that I will make by December 31st. I see the awesome clients I get to work with who are more than happy to pay me $100 an hour for my services.
Gotta be specific.
This money is mine. It is on its way to me now. I see it in my bank account and I am so grateful for it. Write one that makes you feel invincible. Read it over and over every day. See it and feel it and become a crazy person about it. I know this sounds like a pain in the ass, but do it anyway, because trust me, it works. Lame, vague goals are the best way to live a lame. If you want to knock it out of the park, you need to know exactly what you're shooting for and be so excited about it that you're annoying to yourself. Take hell-bent for glory action. Do every single thing you can think of to manifest money/new lifestyle. You got your own business. What new programs could you offer, or what new products could you sell? Can you raise your prices? Time.
Shout out to Oodles of Cuddles. Is it Coodles? Cuddles? Oodles of Cuddles. Shout out to Self-Made Sicario. I see you guys over there in the chat. Shout out to DZ's Late Night Lounge. What up, D? Yeah, man. I'm listening to it. I had it in my ears last night while I was sleeping. So yeah, I'm feeling the options trading video. That's absolutely amazing. And I was saying earlier that it's brothers like you that help us elevate. You know what I mean? So thank you. I appreciate that.
Sign on bigger and fancier clients. Sell more to the clients you already have. Pick up a part-time job. If you work for someone else, ask for a raise or look for a new job that pays more. Listen to everyone around you with new ears. Is there an opportunity for a new, better paying situation there you may have not noticed before? Is there a position you can create or suggest that would get you at your desired income level? Continue to do everything humanly possible to monetize it to you, and then surrender to the universe and be on the lookout for something unexpected to come in.
Cuddles like a hug. Okay, got
someone
you.
Who wants to pay you for your expertise, brilliant idea that you'd normally pass over as too out of the question, or a conversation between two people looking for someone just like you to help redesign their new offices. Look for some opportunity or person to make an appearance that's not in your usual path of income. You are leaping into a new reality here. It's not your job to know the how. It's your job to ask for what you want and wait to discover the how. Then take action.
Facts, DZ.
When the unexpected money or the new job or the big client comes in is up to the universe. It can literally happen immediately or it can take years.
Each one
Your
teach
job is
one,
to do
each one
everything you
teach
can
one.
to manifest it and have unshakable faith that the universe is moving it towards you in perfect timing. Get mentoring. Surround yourself with people who know more than you do. Read about them, study them, hang out with them, and hire them. Be on the lookout for the perfect coach or mentor, book, or seminar, because when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Pay attention to who and what flies in your radar as much as you can from them.
I was ready for that
Love yourself,
knowledge.
and you will have it all. Chapter 25.
Thanks, Teach.
Remember to surrender. Surrender to what is. Say yes to life and see how life suddenly starts working for you.
My baby's a
rather
teacher.
than against
She
you.
loves teaching people.
Eckhart Tolle, author, channeler, high priest of being present.
You hear her quoting Eckhart, right, John?
Imagine yourself sitting by a window,
Power of now,
looking out
baby.
at a garden on a lovely spring day. You see birds and bees and butterflies merrily flitting about when all of a sudden, the most beautiful fly in the world catches your eye. Its stunning turquoise wings make your heart explode. Its joyful flight makes your soul sing. Its metamorphosis from wet, wormy thing to soaring beauty fills you with inspiration. Suddenly you leap up, overcome and crazed with a fierce desire. It must be mine, mine, mine! You sprint to the closet, grab your net, sneak outside, and tiptoe through the tulips, stalking your beloved prey, all senses alert, focused, determined, tenacious, swinging your net over your head as
Watch
you
the
chase your
road,
butterfly
Jennifer.
around the garden. You chase it for hours and hours, but all you seem to do is scare it off rather than catch it. It's only when you stop trying so desperately, relax, breathe, and surrender your desire to the universe that the butterfly of your dreams calmly comes and lands on your nose. When we want something so badly and are working tirelessly to get it, if we don't surrender, we end up pushing it away instead. There comes a point where we need to hand the job over to the universe.
Cool.
This doesn't mean that we give up or discontinue taking action. This means we let it go energetically, release our kung fu grip, and create some space for what we want to come to us.
Facts.
It's about allowing instead of forcing. It's about releasing and trusting that if it's in alignment with our life's purpose, it will come back to us, or that something or someone even more perfect will come in its place. It's about surrendering and letting the universe do its thing while holding faith that our highest desire will come into our lives. Your faith in the universe must be stronger than your fear of not getting what you want. It's like hiring someone to clean your house so you can focus on the other work you enjoy doing. You explain in detail what they're supposed to do, show them where the broom is, tell them you'll beat them to death if they break the ceramic mug made for you, but you trust them with the job. If you're constantly hovering over them and grabbing the
I like that, Oodles of Cuddles. Exactly. Allowing instead of forcing, surrendering. You know, it's so much easier to heal from something when you just accept what is. And if it's something that you can change, then just start from that moment to do things to make your situation different. But if it's already happened, hey, ain't no such, don't cry over spilled milk. It's already on the floor. It's done. It's over. Stop letting your body get bogged down with negative energy of shit that already happened. You can't do nothing about that. It's gone. It don't even exist anymore. And don't be anxious about the future. Stay in the moment. That's how you manifest your future. Whatever you're doing right now is what's going to bring what you want. You got to be doing what you want right now to continue to be able to do what you want in the future.
Here, let me do that. They'll never get their work done, and you'll stay in overwhelmed struggle, preventing yourself from reaping that inspired you to hire your cleaning crew in the first place. Surrendering is where you hand the job over to the universe.
Facts.
What often happens is that, regardless of our best intentions and hard work, we're trying to control our circumstances by using our limiting beliefs and old patterns. We think that we need to try and take charge of the situation, fear-based thinking, instead of having faith and gratitude and allowing the universe to deliver, love-based thinking. In short, we think we can do a better job of manifesting than the universe can. Imagine that someone invites you to a party. They're all excited about their big old rager, are fully certain that it's going to be awesome, and are truly delighted by the thought of having you come. They extend the invite with much glee and merriment and a deep desire to see you there, but with zero pressure. They know if you come, it will be awesome. They know if you don't come, it will be awesome.
That's what I'm
Their
talking
party
about.
is going to rock. They believe this in their hearts. It is the truth. Now imagine that someone else invites you to a different party. This person demands that you come.
That happened this morning, you know. My baby came on and said good morning to me, and nobody else was on there for like a good 20 minutes. Then all of a sudden, I started smiling from ear to ear because I let go. And I remembered, hey, you know, you a lone wolf. You love doing what you're doing. So just stay in that zone and just listen to the book. That's what you're here for, right? If people come to the party, they'll be here. And next thing you know, King Fusela jumped in. And my heart melted, you know. Next thing you know, DZ's in here, Self-Made's in here, Oodles of Cuddles is in here. It'll come. Just let it happen.
Looks like their party will be a gigantic failure unless you up and reminds you that they came to your last party, so they are whiny, manipulative, controlling, a big fat drag. They know they can have an awesome party and really believe they can, but have decided that it all depends on you coming. Both people can do the exact same things to prepare. Decorate their houses, the cheese plates, get the booze, order the ice sculptures, but one person is much more likely to manifest what they want, up and actually wanting to be there, than the other because they have surrendered. Surrendering isn't about what you do, but who you are being as you do it.
Nice.
Your life is your party. You get to choose how you invite people and experiences and things into it. If your broke is a joke, it's not about working until you're half dead to make ends meet and whining about your pathetic situation. It's about showing up every day with an excellent attitude, doing your best, leaning back, celebrating what is, and steadily working with the grateful expectation and belief that the universe is sending you a new, lucrative opportunity. If you're single, it's not about boo-hooing the fact that you can't find someone good or half-heartedly forcing yourself to go on a million dates. It's about keeping your desire strong and your faith unwavering, brushing your hair and your teeth, leaving the house, flirting your ass off, joyfully going about your life and being grateful that not only is the person you're seeking also seeking you, but that the universe is conspiring to bring you together. Doubt is resistance. Faith is surrender. Worry is resistance. Joy is surrender. Control is resistance. Allowing is surrender. Ridicule is resistance. Believing is surrender. Energy needs to flow or else it stagnates. Surrendering puts you in the flow. Not only does surrendering create the space to manifest your desires, but it opens you up to manifest good feeling experiences and things that are presently outside your realm of awareness, aka miracles. As I mentioned before, when you're moving into a new, awesome life that you've never lived in before, you can't expect to know how to get there because it's new territory. So you can only do that which you already know how to do and stay open to discovering the new how. Likewise, you need to be open to the fact that you may not know exactly what your new reality will look like because you've never seen it before. Vision that.
Guys, favor while you're in here, smash the like button, take your shoes off, as Rev always says. Take your shoes off, smash that like button for me. We got one like.
That which is already known to you. So the mind-bogglingly awesome new life may be out of your scope of imagination. Stubbornly holding vision of what you want instead of surrendering, you set yourself up to miss out entirely on the very thing you're looking for. Sometimes your new reality will look just as you pictured it, sometimes totally different and way better. Here's a basic breakdown on how to surrender. Get crystal clear on what you desire to manifest. See it, feel it, taste it, fall in love with it, believe it is already here. Decide you will have it. Inform the universe of your intention by behaving and thinking as if you already have it. Meditate, Connect with infinite possibility, your intuition, and source energy. Take hell-bent, joyful, passion-fueled action. Be grateful that it's yours, that it's already here. Breathe. Let it go. Let it in.
Facts, Ball Don't Lie podcast.
When
Thank you,
believe
baby.
that
I'm
everything
trying.
you desire already exists, you are in a natural state of surrender. Surrendering is the free falling backwards into the unknown and trusting that the universe will catch you. This can't be done from a place of lack or a place of mistrust. Okay, I'm releasing. You better come through, biatch. You have to give it all you've got and totally let it go for reals. You must fall back, have faith, be grateful, and wait. And while you're at it, love yourself. And the mother lode shall bestow her magic upon you. Chapter 26, Doing versus Spewing. God will not have his work made manifest by cowards. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Fearless writer and poet, highly skilled spewer and doer. I have a friend who had the word duh tattooed on the inside of her upper arm in homage to the fact that all of our big aha moments are no-brainers. Fear is a choice. I am lovable. Don't worry, be happy. Every time she high-fives or lifts her arm to see if she needs a shave, she gets reminded of how often the sublime lies waiting in the obvious. You know countless of these truisms of which I speak. You've heard them, thought them a million times, but when they finally sink in and you get it, they suddenly become earth-shattering news. An epiphany is a visceral understanding of something you already know. Once something moves from our brains to our bones, that's when we can use it to change our lives.
I sent it to Android.
The million-dollar question is, will we? Oh, the years people spend talking the talk, rolling out the shoulds, woulds, and coulds, attending the classes, trolling the seminar circuit, and burying themselves in all sorts of shelf-helpery before they finally, if ever, do anything with it all. There's a statistic that says that only 5% of people who sign up for something, like a course or a seminar, actually do anything with it. And this includes very, very high-priced somethings, not at the community college down the road. Some people wish for change, really want it, are willing to invest the time and the money into it, but are ultimately not willing to get uncle enough to actually make anything happen.
See, that's
which means they don't want it as badly as they say they do.
Exactly.
I tried the poor man's I kicked butt. People who are successful are not only willing to get uncomfortable, but they know they have to make a habit of it if they want to stay successful.
Hello.
They keep moving through each new challenge instead of stagnating and settling. The muscle of ass kickery is like any other muscle.
The muscle of ass kickery. I gotta love that.
If you have one big breakthrough and feel like, I got this, I am on it, and then sit back and wait for your long overdue stream of awesomeness to keep pouring in, you will lose your muscle mass and fall back to the marshmallow state that you were in before you started working out. Keep moving, keep growing, keep pushing through obstacles, keep evolving. You break through at one level, arrive at the next, and take another step up. Each time you grow, you get to learn something new, which basically means you have to get uncomfortable again. Because when you arrive at a level you've never been at before, you're faced with challenges you've never experienced before. It's the willingness to keep pushing through new challenges, not shrink back from them into your comfort zone, that separates the from the unsuccessful.
Shout out to Oodles of Cuddles. Yeah, you know, the how is the job of the universe. It took me a while to get that too. The how is the universe's job. All we have to do is stay steadfast, focused on what it is that we want and actually feel passionately about it. Imagine ourselves already having it. I have manifested many wonderful things in my life doing that. And I've also manifested some bullshit like terminal diseases.
New level, new devil. All life is either moving forward and evolving or shrinking back. If you want to evolve in your own life, you have to push through the obstacles instead of running from them. Obstacles and challenges are the agents of growth. Nobody gets to be large and in charge without facing challenges and moving through them. Birth is messy, painful, scary, uncertain, and freaky. Birth is also a glorious miracle that leads to new life. If you want the new life you say you want, you have to do the work instead of just studying and discussing and wishing and wanting. I recently had a real wake up call in this department with you in hopes that it'll inspire you to do the work and keep the faith no matter what. At the moment, I don't live anywhere, or I guess you could say I live everywhere. I got rid of my place 2 years ago and have been exploring the world indefinitely. I've always loved, and since all I need to run my business is my computer, a strong internet connection, good cell phone reception, and which I decided to put all my things into storage and go for it. I saw this as a chance to walk my talk of living life on your own terms, be the priestess of high vibe, leapfrog around the globe, in how many different languages I can learn how to say, would you mind while I go to the bathroom? My main focus at the moment is during surrender. I want to have unshakable faith in the not yet seen.
Shout out to DZ. How you doing, my brother?
Hi sis, how you doing? I'm doing good. Saturday morning, good morning. Good morning.
Hey,
Wait,
I originally was not going to do this on the weekends, but
yeah,
when we came with an hour left, I'm like, we got to finish that up because I want to get to that next book
yeah,
starting Monday. And I missed Monday of this week doing this. So I figured I'd go ahead and kick that work ethic in and
for
make
sure.
up for it and go ahead and finish this out. You know what I mean?
Most
But
definitely.
welcome, my brother.
Oh, thank you so much. It's always good to be here with you. For sure. Yeah.
We almost let me see, we almost done. I know it's 5 minutes and 42 seconds, so we're at 5 hours and 42 minutes, and we are at 5 hours and 26 minutes. So yeah, we definitely got about 20 minutes to go today.
Okay, perfect.
Let's
Yeah, I
do it.
love to like pretty much just say something quick in regards to remember the part where she talked about being like find just forcing relationships, and if you're single and you're
Yeah,
finding someone and all that, like you want to find someone, and and that knowing that every day you go out there the universe is bringing you closer to that person. That reminds me a lot, especially as a single guy. It's like just remind myself, like, well, look, man, I'll find my person. At the end of the day, there's no need to force it. That person, people are not, if some people are not interested in me, that's fine. There's some other people that are interested in me, and just that gives me that gives me, comfort and everything. You know what I mean? To know that. So it reminds me of what you went through with Jen at the end of the day, and how you met her and everything,
yeah,
and how long it took you to find that true love and everything. So when you hear stories like that, it just shows you, as long as you're comfortable with yourself, and you are happy with who you are, I think that's what matters at the end of the day. So that was a good
that's
thing that she said. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
God waited till I was 40 to send me a person. So
Exactly.
and the cool thing about it is, yeah, and I'm putting my age out there, but it was like, hey, I was not looking. I was not I was cool just doing me for a minute, because I've been in relationships since I was fucking 7 years old.
Yeah.
If you could call relationship,
Yeah.
but always a girlfriend or boyfriend, and hey, even from then, okay. So yeah, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But it was always somebody there, and I decided, I need a break from that. I need to
Yeah.
find out who I am. And when I let go and just did me, Jen came into my life.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful thing because, as it turns out, she was my person when I wasn't out there reaching and being in this relationship after love. What did dude say? Looking for love in all the wrong
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
When you stop doing that, love will find you.
Hmm.
Okay, and it happens at any age. So hey,
Yeah.
some people find it in their teens.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I got 12 more years until I'm 40, so hopefully at 40.
Youngin, youngin.
I want to get so
You
comfortable
know what I mean?
that
Yeah,
it becomes
but
second nature, and I can just leap into the void with toes pointed and daisy, or at least do it with more grace and ease, especially now that I'm traipsed loftily preaching about decision this and let it go. I too would very much like to do instead of spew.
Nice.
Surrender
I
comes
like
into
that.
play
Do
often,
instead of
especially
spew.
when it comes to figuring out where I'm off to next and where I'm going to stay once I get there. My modus operandi is to go with the flow and trust that the universe will guide me to the perfect place at the perfect time, which I'm quite pleased to report has yet to disappoint. After following my sudden and bizarre impulse to go to Tokyo, a city I had zero interest in checking out, I not only fell in love with the place, but the ideal apartment came up for rent and was handed to me on a silver platter when I decided I wanted to live there for a while. An invitation to stay in a gorgeous guest house in the Spanish countryside with great friends came in unsolicited and out of the blue when I was trying and failing to figure out where to go next. I keep finding myself repeatedly.
Shout out to the whole family down in the chat. Baldo, shout in the tap for love for Hoop Culture. Thanks for showing up, my brother. Shout out to Rev. Shout out to Vegan Knowledge. Shout out to Oodles of Cuddle. Shout out to Selfmade Sicario. Love you guys.
And fully coincidentally, crossing paths in corners of the world with several of my fellow global nomads whom I met and befriended in Bali and who have me drop-jawed and giddy every time I bump into. You're in a tiny remote fishing village wearing nothing but a sarong and a frizzy hairdo in the middle of nowhere, Indonesia too? Yet, even though my cosmic travel agent has more than proven that she knows exactly what she's doing, I was still fairly nervous about this last free fall. Because this time it wasn't all, just send me anywhere that seems cool where awesome things will happen to me, okay? Thanks. I needed to land in the perfect place to write this book. I only had a month left before it was due to the publisher, and I had quite a bit of it left to write. So I was a tad uptight about the wheres and the whats and the hows. I was in Tokyo at the time, and my plan was to fly to LA to meet with a client, then road trip through the American West and wind up at some fabulous, fully furnished luxury rental home with a great view and lots of sunshine where I could concentrate and get lots of work done. I imagined being surrounded by awe-inspiring nature, but being close enough to a city where some friends lived in order to avoid the isolation best known for driving riders to drink heavily, or in my case, to delve into failed experiments with cutting my own hair. If there were animals around to keep me company, that would be the cherry on top, but the rest was non-negotiable. About 2 weeks before leaving, I went online and started searching for houses to rent. I looked in every state west of Colorado, but everything I liked was booked. I asked everyone I knew and everyone I didn't know if they had any ideas. I sent out emails, Facebooked, tweeted, and texted, but again, nothing. There was always the hotel option, but I really had my heart set on a house, and I was starting to panic about the fact that I waited until the last minute. This was a big deal. This was my book. I needed inspiration and high frequency. I wanted to look up from my desk and gaze out the window upon an awe-inspiring view of mountains or ocean or rolling fields. Meanwhile, if something didn't come through soon, I was going to be gazing out the window of the bedroom I grew up in upon my mother sweeping the driveway in her slippers. I began resigning myself to the fact that I'd blown it. Instead of having faith in the universe and joyously anticipating the manifestation of my dream home, I started shrinking and talking myself into taking what I could get. What am I whining about? I'm lucky to have my mom's house to go to. I love her. Plus, she'll feed me lasagna while I'm writing. Then I realized what I was doing. What kind of hypocrite would I be if I got all fearful, small-minded, and low vibe about where to write my book about how to not go through life fearful, small-minded, and low vibe? You have to keep the faith, always, even when your ass is on the line. So, 48 hours before my flight left for LA, I calmly sat back, focused ideal writing place, envisioned the wide open space it looked out upon, luxuriated in its plush couches and big open kitchen, soaked up the sun pouring in through its huge windows, felt it in my bones, believed it was real, did the whole wickety woo thing, and got all excited and grateful that it already existed and was on its way to me. Then I sent out one more mass email asking if anyone knew of a great place for me to write my book, surrendered it up to the universe, and took myself out for a big fat sushi dinner to celebrate the awesome writing paradise that was about to land in my lap. When I returned to my hotel, there was an email waiting for me from a friend who knew some people who had a place I could move into ASAP. I'm pleased to report that I'm writing this in a big, luxurious, open, sunny, magnificent house with huge windows and spectacular views an hour outside of San Francisco, where 5 of my best friends from college live. The house is on top of a hill overlooking 17 acres of rolling farmland, and I can stay for as long as I want, as long as I take care of their adorable horse and 2 goats. This shit works. So, how serious are you about not? You can make a quantum leap in your life right now. You can change your entire reality if you want to badly enough. Massively increase, drop 10 pounds, or begin waking up excited to be who you are, merely putting up with your day until it's cocktail hour. Whatever level of upgrade you want, it's available to you right now. You just have to decide to make it happen, to be engaged with your life and let the universe work for you. Here are some ways to take what you've learned in this book and seal the deal. 1. Give your bad habits the heave-ho. Successful people have good habits. Unsuccessful people have losery habits. Because our habits are all the things that we do automatically, without thinking, they help to define who we are. If you're in the habit of getting up and working out every morning, you're in shape. If you're in the habit of never doing what you say you're going to do, you're unreliable. And if you're in the massages 3 times a week, you're really psyched. Pay attention to the areas of your life that you're not so thrilled about. Figure out which bad habits helped create them and trade those habits in for some good ones. Form the kind of habits that successful people have. Good time management habits, good decision-making habits, good thought habits, good health habits, good relationship habits, good work habits, etc. Think of what behaviors would make the biggest positive changes in your life. Maybe even the kind of changes you can hardly imagine coming true.
Oh yeah.
Set about turning them into habits. How do you form a habit? Decide to. Make it a part of your regular, everyday activities. Make it as non-negotiable and thoughtless as brushing your teeth or getting out of bed. Schedule it in. Work on uncovering your subconscious beliefs and rewriting your stories. And if it's something you've tried to change on your own, get some help. Hire a coach, a mentor, a personal trainer. Tell a friend to spray paint "I'm a lazy lard ass" on the side of your house if you don't reach your goal of going to the gym 5 days a week. Whatever you have to do, start developing successful habits if you want to become a successful person.
That's how you do it.
2, breathe amongst the people.
It takes
your superhero power,
Mhm.
i.e. your connection to source energy.
It takes 30 days to create a habit.
Yeah.
That's the technical formula for it. Yeah, if you do something repeatedly for 30 days, it gets ingrained. And usually, if you do something for a week or 2, you notice you can fall off of it really quickly, or a couple of days. But when you do something for 30 days consistently, technically it registers in your brain from that point. It becomes muscle memory, and you continue to do it without thinking. So just a tidbit, give it a month. If you're trying to create a new habit, do it consistently for a month, every day, and it'll be there. Then you want to think about it.
That repetition, is so important, in anything, especially what we're about to do, sis. You already know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Repetition, you know what I mean? And once you repeat, rinse and repeat, no matter whether you go through success or, I don't want to call it failure, but when you just learning experiences, I call them. So success and learning experiences, I guess.
Yeah.
Rest and repeat. You only get stronger, and everything. So that's all I say. Especially when it has to do with just getting better, whether it's financially or emotionally and everything. It just takes repetition. It just takes and it's all really action at the end of the day. You know what I mean? If you don't take action, then how do you make the change?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Good point.
Yeah.
Available to you 24/7, not only when you're sitting cross-legged in your robe meditating. Once you get your brain used to shutting up and tuning into source energy, you can start doing it throughout your day. The whole point of everything you've learned in this book is to use it to improve your life, not to take a break, go off and read, and then head back out to live your life again and leave everything you've learned back there on the couch where you were reading. You want to carry all this stress relieving, life appreciating, joy delivering, mood lifting, source connecting, butt kicking benefits with you all day. And the best way to do this is through your breath. When you're stuck in traffic, getting yelled at by your boss, feeling awkward at a party, strolling through the office, lying on the beach, trying to remember how to get to your sister's house, take a moment to breathe deeply, clear your mind, check in with your bod in the moment, and connect with source energy. The more of a habit you make this throughout your day, the more you will see profound positive changes in your life, both emotionally and physically, and the more gracefully you will be able to deal with the next inconsiderate jerk who decides to yell into their cell phone while sitting next to you at a restaurant. 3, hang high. Hang out with people who are kicking ass and who will make you feel like a giant loser if you're not kicking ass too. I obviously can't stress this enough. Who you surround yourself with greatly affects how you see your world and how high you set the bar for yourself. If you hang out with people who constantly whine about how tired, broke, and worried about the economy they are, you'll feel like a hero for just getting out of bed in the morning. Hang out with people who are living on purpose, who meet their challenges with a step aside, suckers attitude, who are dating super awesome people, making exactly the kind of money they want to be making or working towards it, or taking the kinds of vacations they and you want to be taking. And you'll not only see what's possible for you too, but you'll have more incentive to follow suit. 4, set honest goals. Don't decide you're going to run 10 miles a day when you still consider walking to the pizza parlor around the corner a day's worth of exercise. Start with running half a mile a day and add more as you get stronger. Discipline is a muscle. You have to build it up at your own pace. If you bite off more than you can chew at the start, chances are excellent you'll get discouraged and give up altogether. Set honest goals that are just outside your comfort zone and build from there. 5, read your manifesto. Write down your goals and your vision of your ideal life in the present tense and be as specific as possible. Where do you live? Who do you live with? What do you do for fun? Who are you surrounded by? How much money do you make? How do you make it? How do you want to give back to the world? What are you wearing? Etc. Make it so freaking awesome that you can't read it without weeping and wailing and putting it down to compose yourself every few sentences. Read it to yourself before you go to bed and when you wake up every single solitary day. I am so not kidding over here. Become obsessed with it. Think about how you're changing your life and who you're becoming and be in a state of giddy expectation about it as often as possible. The more you focus on who you're becoming and the more emotional you can get about it, the faster you will become it. 6, get out your credit card and pay for some help already. Getting some coaching or mentoring is perhaps the fastest and best thing you can do to make a massive change in the shortest amount of time.
You know what she's doing. She's a coach. You knew it was going to ultimately turn into that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Go get that money, Jen.
I'm not, and I kind of am, just saying this because I'm a coach and have watched my clients do the impossible. I'm also saying it because I've been coached within an inch of my life and know how radically it's changed my world. Think about it. Professional athletes work with coaches their entire careers. They don't decide all of a sudden, alrighty, I just made $8 million hitting a ball around this year. I think I'm pretty well set to do it on my own. They continue to get coaching so they can stay at their peak level and keep growing. What makes you think you can do it all, especially if you spent the majority of your life basically proving you can't? 7, get your body in on it. Your mind will follow where your body leads. If you're in a bad mood and remember to stand up nice and tall and straight, your mood will automatically lift. And when you're in shape and have tons of energy, you feel like you can take over the world. If you're serious about getting your act together, stop the cow. Get the blood flowing, eat food that excites you and nourishes you, get your breathing deeper, use your mind, body, and soul together to make this thing happen for yourself. Advanced body option. Okay, so this is totally weird and won't go over well, but I'm going to give it to you anyway because it works. If you want to really get yourself rock solid and determined and pumped up, pound your chest and punch your fists in the air while you repeat your affirmations at the same time. Yell things like, I am powerful, I am confident, the universe has my back, and I am going to kick ass, or whatever your deal is in the affirmations department. Get your body engaged and anchor in the words physically, and your affirmations will have far greater power. The mind and the body are way more powerful together than either one is alone. 8. Use your secret weapons. Make a playlist of songs that gets you pumped up. Listen to motivational tapes. Surround yourself with pictures of people who think you're awesome. Wear clothes that make you feel sexy and smart. Dance, scream, pound your chest, go for a run while listening to the theme from Rocky. Figure out what makes you feel like you could carry a horse and do it as often as possible. You're going for the gold here. You have to stay in the zone. 9. Love yourself with a kung fu grit. Chapter 27. Beam me up, Scotty. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible.
Oh, that's deep.
Audrey Hepburn, actress, icon, fabulous. My grandmother on their side lived to be 100 years old. Nana was as waspy as they make them. Prissy, reserved, able to avoid confrontation with the skilled precision of an F-16 pilot. For as long as I can remember, she always looked exactly the same. She was eternally adorned in a cardigan, pinned together at the top by an antique brooch. Her pink lipstick and sparkly brown eyes shining through a face full of wrinkles.
Sounds like how you used to describe your grandmother, Jen. Your
every
Nana.
time she laughed. In her long lifetime, Nana witnessed the birthing of such pivotal human achievements as the phone, the car, the TV, human flight, the computer, the internet, and rock and roll. The two things that blew her mind the most, however, were putting a man on the moon and the soda dispensers at McDonald's. She'd stand there watching, gripped by disbelief, as an employee placed a cup, small, medium, or large, beneath a spout, pushed a button, and walked away, leaving the machine to fill it up the perfect, proper amount. How does it know where to stop? Nana would shake her head, mortified. How does it know? After we figured out how to clone a sheep, she pretty much threw in the towel on ever questioning anything again. One day, my family took her out for lunch to a restaurant on the top floor of some giant hotel. When we got into the elevator, someone accidentally pushed the button for the floor we were already on the moment the doors closed, making them open right back up again. It's gone up 45 flights in a split second. We watched my sweet little grandmother exit the elevator, nervously patting her hair as she wandered down the hallway, muttering to herself, "Why not?" I want to sign off here by encouraging you to pursue your dreams with the same belief that anything is possible as a little old lady in knee-high stockings and sensible heels who was born in 1903 and lived through the most technologically flabbergasting century to date. Whatever you desire to do with your precious life, write jokes or rock out or start a business or learn to speak Greek or quit your job or raise a bunch of kids or fall in love or lose your flab or open orphanages around the world or direct movies or save dolphins or make millions or live in a canyon in a loincloth, believe that it's possible and that it's available to you and that you deserve to be, do, and have it. Why not? Give yourself the permission and the means, yes, this includes the money, to be who you are, regardless of what anybody else thinks or believes is possible. Do not deny yourself the life you want to live because you're worried you're not good enough, or that you'll be judged, or that it's too risky. Because who does that benefit? No one, that's who. When you live your life doing the things that turn you good at, that bring you joy, that make you shove stuff in people's faces and scream, "Check this out!" Walk around so lit up that you shoot sunbeams out your eyeballs, which automatically lights up the world around you, which is precisely why you are here. To shine your big ass ball of fire onto this world of ours. A world that literally depends upon light to survive. You are powerful. You are loved. You are surrounded by miracles. Believe, really believe that what you desire is here and available to you. Have it all. Love yourself. You are a badass.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome,
about
right?
about you, Spit. It's awesome. Like, I actually enjoyed this. And thank you so much for. I'm actually going to go back and re-listen to it again, and I think that's what it's meant for. You know, and but I've learned so much. I think today really when she spoke about not having that victim mentality, that rang true, right?
Yeah.
That rang true, not having a victim mentality, because I think the issue is that a lot of us have that victim mentality, and we feel like we like blaming everybody else but ourselves. You know what I mean? And I think taking responsibility for our actions, and if you want to change a situation, whether it's financially or whatever, it's within our power to do it. So I think that truly rang to me, because a lot of times, the times where I felt fulfilled, the times where I feel like I got shit done, was when I actually.
My bad.
Oh goddamn, man! I'm about to get deaf, be deaf right now. Yeah, but yes, sis, I actually enjoyed it. No, well, what you think, man? Well, what you learned from it today, man? Like, what are some things that truly like you hit you? You're like, God damn, man, that really hit me, right?
Pretty much everything that she touched on, it
Yeah,
was like, wow, especially the parts about making sure that you have feeling behind what it is that you want, and to stop, basically trying to force things to happen, because if you keep your mind focused, just like what, oodles of cuddles and I were going back and forth about, if you keep your mind focused on what you want and stop trying to force it and just allow it in, then it will happen. You just have to stay completely focused on what it is that you want. You know what I mean?
that's that's right. That's
And
right.
it'll
Yeah,
come
exactly.
to you.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
you want to talk about the music stuff, or you want to do that another time?
Well, I'm well. However you want to go about it, I got time right now. We can talk about it now. Like, well, however you feel comfortable. If you want to do it
Okay,
now,
because I
or
know we were going to do that this today,
yeah, yeah.
and you know, uh, what I can do. Did you need a break? You want me to come back on, or you want to just go ahead and knock it out?
How do you want to do it? Do you want to do it on one a separate stream, or do you want to do it on the same stream as this one?
Well, I mean,
It
we
just
could do it.
depends.
Yeah, we could do it on this one because I wanted to just basically interview you like I did Rev and find out what made you get into music, because you and I are
Oh
both in the music geek,
yeah,
you know.
for sure. Yeah, I love to. Yeah, yeah. Let's get it, man. Let's go. Yeah,
Cool. So, what got
yeah,
you
yeah.
into music?
Um, for my most of my life since I was young, I remember my dad used to we used to go on the like I think since like I was 2 years old, I used to get in the car. My dad we used to go on road trips together, and he always played this classic rock bands and everything. The first ones I told you before, the were Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Yeah.
White Snake, very like classic rock bands. Like, okay, obviously Red Hot
Oh
Chili
my
Peppers
God,
is like,
hold up. Not to cut you off. That's
yeah,
so crazy that you consider that classic rock, because
yeah,
classic rock is different to different people, I think. Now, just in hearing you say that, I'm like, wow, that's classic rock to him. Because to me, classic rock is 70s stuff. And I'm
70.
like, yeah, but it's true. Classic rock to you would be stuff from the 90s and
Nice.
the 80s and 90s, because of how different the age gap is there, but
Yeah, exactly.
that's
Exactly.
crazy,
You're
right?
so
How
right.
that is.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, like the difference, like, maybe if you want to go into Rolling Stones and all that, rock and roll,
For me, like yeah, classic rock for me, yeah, because like the age gap between you and I, like just the era and everything, I
Yeah.
I so much
But
was
yet we're so much alike. You know what I mean?
yeah, we're so much alike exactly. And I started listening to classic rock early on, very early on, like 80s and everything. That's pretty much what I was introduced to by my pops. Now, of course, he will listen to like BB King, Muddy Waters,
Uh-huh.
those guys, you know what I mean? One of my um, favorite songs that he used to play is a blues song. I forgot who the artist was, but it's called 11:30 Wake Up Call. You know what I mean? 11:30 Wake Up Call. Like we used to like sing along to it, a lot of these songs. But yeah, one of these songs, yeah, some of these songs I used to listen to a lot was White Snake, Is This Love, Here I Go Again, you know what I mean? Deep
Jen and I
Purple.
love that. We're always singing,
Yeah.
and here I go again,
Yeah.
Amon.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Deep I listen to a lot of Deep Purple as well. There and
You naming some
yeah,
classic stuff there, bruh.
classic stuff. Yeah, exactly, And then obviously Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, psychedelic rock,
Yep.
and AC/DC, Def
See, now that
Leppard,
that to me is classic rock. Pink Floyd, you know,
Floyd, yeah,
um,
yeah.
you know, uh, definitely Led Zeppelin. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Groups like Cream, you
Yeah,
know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
ELO, those types of bands, all of those bands. You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly. Um,
My mom turned
one,
me on to a lot of music too. Like my grandmom and my
oh,
mom turned me on to things, guys like Curtis Mayfield, Earth, Wind and
Curtis,
Fire. You
oh,
know what I
that's what's
mean, with
up.
the R&B and the Isley Brothers. My grandmom turned me on to guys like Sammy Davis Jr., Nancy Washington, Brooke Benton, like Donna Washington, Nancy Wilson, Brooke Benton.
Yeah,
Everything from their era, they turned me on to. So,
that's
and it's
amazing.
so funny because I went to predominantly white schools when I was growing up. So I ended up getting exposed to rock a lot through that. You know what I
Wow, so
mean?
that's amazing.
Black Sabbath and all of that. Yeah, man.
Wow, that's
And my dad
amazing.
was a musician. So Parliament
Oh,
Funkadelic, that era, he was, yeah, man.
yeah. Wow, like so you got pretty much best of both worlds, really, at the end of the day. That explains to you the diversity that you have because I wouldn't say I was surprised, but I was really intrigued by the fact that when you talked about you being having listened to rock and everything, a lot of
Yeah.
these rock bands and all that, because just listening to you and that that's not an offense, but I think that's just a compliment. I would never think, I would not think that it's not just stereotypical. If it's a stereotypical black man and black woman, you'll think that they'll be listening to maybe jazz, blues, or hip hop or whatever, right? But
Right.
just if I never knew that you were not African American, I would think that you are from obviously such a community like that. So that's just a compliment to how diverse you are. Not trying to stereotype us as a community. It's just
Yeah.
that we're not expected to listen to that sort of music.
I
So
totally relate.
so I when I when I heard your voice the first time, I thought that you were,
A white chick.
pretty the white chick. skate, a skateboard chick. You know what I mean? I can see
Yeah.
you like
That's
rolling with the
funny.
skateboard
I
and
am a
shit.
skateboard chick. I love skateboards. I
You
mean,
like
really,
skateboard? I was
from
gonna ask you.
dude,
I
I'm
was
from
like, yo,
that culture. Snowboarding, skateboarding,
you
that is definitely me.
skateboarder?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a skater? Oh, that's what's up. Yeah. I was gonna ask you whether you skate, so that's what's up. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. So,
Tony
but
Hawk,
yeah,
baby.
Tony Hawk, yeah, Rodney Mullen and all, yeah. But yeah, like so
Ryan
when
Sheckler. Woo! Remember
Ryan
Ryan Sheckler?
Ryan Sheckler, yeah, he was a dude. That guy is a prodigy, man. I remember when he came out, like it's like this guy is crazy.
Yeah.
But
Jumping off of
yeah,
buildings and shit.
buildings, yeah, it's crazy, yeah. But definitely, yeah, I would say, yeah, my influences definitely were, um, my for me, my the best band ever for me personally is Pink Floyd. I've been influenced by them so much, and so as when I went to school, so yeah, my dad put me up on a lot of these bands, and Mark Knopfler. We listened to a lot of Mark Knopfler. And we listened to a lot of country music as well. My dad was
You know
country as
something?
well.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. One time I threw on a Dwight Yoakam album. And my
Wow.
mom freaked out because I was playing, he had an album called Guitars and Cadillacs. And this was
Yeah.
in the late 80s. And I started playing drums to it. And she yelled
Yeah.
down the steps, Dawn, girl, you were born the wrong color.
That is so true.
She
Yeah.
was
I
like,
can
you were born the wrong
relate.
color. I'm like, Ma, it's just music. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why you say that? I like some rock and some country and mixed in with everything else that I like. I like hip hop. I like R&B. I like music, especially to a musician. Music is music.
Music is music, exactly. It is music, exactly. And for me, that's what it's always been. You know what I mean? And so when I went to school, I remember when especially in middle school, I will say when I started listening to when I was introducing my taste, all I listened to was rock at one point. I was just listening
Mm-hmm.
to rock. I was listening to punk rock that had heavy metal, Metallica.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
I was listening to a lot of Black Sabbath, Drowning Pool, The Killers, Avenged Sevenfold is one of my favorite bands. Um, they have a song called Bad Country, and if you listen to them, they're very punk, very heavy metal, and everything. One of my favorite songs for them, says you should check it out, it's called Unholy Confessions.
Really?
Holy Confessions, yeah. And
Okay.
it's one of my favorite songs from them, Holy Confessions. So they really got me deep into heavy metal. They really got me deep into heavy
Dude,
metal. Like,
have you ever heard of a band called Deftones?
yeah, Deftones, yep,
I
yep.
love Deftones. Chino and those guys, man.
Yeah,
I play
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of Deftones. Tool.
yeah.
Tool is also somebody that I'm into.
Oh wow, okay. I'd love to hear some covers from you doing playing
Oh,
some
hell yeah.
Deftones. Yeah. And remember when I said
Adrenaline is my favorite CD from them.
Adrenaline? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay. That's what's up. That's
I
what's
will
up.
play that thing from start to finish on the drums.
Oh
2 hours
please.
easy.
Oh please, let's go. But yeah, there's Dream Theater. I know Dream Theater. I play a lot of Dream Theater. Yeah. So a lot of these bands, Iron Maiden, I can
Yep.
go on and on. But rock music and in general really truly inspired me. Just my music, just to do music. Now, when I got to high school, middle school, a lot of my classmates were kind of like they were like, "Who's this?" They call me. Sometimes they'll call me. So, sometimes they'll call me. Quote unquote white kid because they're like, you listen to rock music, they thought I was emo. Back then they call you emo because emo kids, emo emo for being having rock music. I was, me, I was wearing skinny jeans, what I mean? I was pure, like I was a rock kid right there, what I mean? I was wearing these tight ass t-shirts and shit and everything. I was literally I'm an embodiment of a person that lived. Really allowed the culture to really influence the way I was.
Yeah.
It was funny. A lot of the music I listened to, the days that I was going through a lot emotionally, the songs like Fall Out Boy, the band Fall Out Boy,
Yep.
Good Charlotte, these bands that came out in the 2000s, they really influenced the time I was in, because a lot of times where I feel like I was down and down and out, depressed, I'll listen to a lot of these bands and it will get me out of the state that I was in, you know
Music will do
And
that for you.
yeah, music would do that for me exactly. And during that time, I met my best friend Alex, and that was back in 2005. No,
Mm-hmm.
2000, yeah, 2005. So we've been brothers for like close to what, 15, 18 years now. And he introduced me to making music. He actually taught me how to make music. I remember I met him through another friend, and he's like, "Oh, I make music and everything." I'm like, "I use Fruity Loops." I'm like, "Oh, Fruity Loops, that's interesting." I never on like I didn't know what it was, like what program that was. I didn't know you could even make music in such programs,
Right.
right? Which is a music platform. So I we went to I went to his house that day, and he showed me his studio and everything. His studio basically was just a desktop, keyboard, mouse, his screen, and he showed me the program Fruity Loops, and he showed me how he arranged the songs on the screen and everything. Sometime later, I'll show you pretty much my setup on what I do and everything, and pretty much you create all the music digitally. It's pretty much very similar, like you said, to Garage Band,
Yeah.
GarageBand, where you have your drum kits and everything. The thing is, you instead of putting a loop on it, you pretty much make the you can use your presets, your the drums are already there, and you can just add it on the Fruity Loops. Now, on Fruity Loops, it's the way it's programmed is that they're like dots or on the screen, and the beat that you want to make, you add the dot and everything. It's pretty hard to explain, but it's pretty easy when when I show you how to do it. It's very simple. But pretty much you add all your drum kits, all your snares and everything, and your tunes that you want to add and everything, and you kind of fusion it together. So he showed me how to do that, and I was able to make easy tracks in the beginning, like hip hop tracks. Those are the easiest ones to make, because you just add your drums and everything. You add
Right, pretty much.
yeah, your RPM, your your RPM and everything, and so that you can get it on and on and on. So your tempo and all that. That's what I was doing, and all that. So I started out making hip hop songs in the beginning, and then I ended up progressing to doing dubstep and everything, dubstep songs, and classical songs and everything. These scores I used to make. I progressed, and then I started making some rock music
Okay.
myself, and I will get do you know the MPC the the keyboards and all that.
Yeah.
Now I got the keyboards, and it was easier to make beats with the keyboards because you can just you know you can just add you can just add your like your drums already already on Fruit Loops, and then you'll just make the music using your keyboards, and then you record it, and then you go on and you add you add the drums, and then you start with the tune and everything. It was easier to make beats like that instead of doing
So
everything
the,
on the computer. Yeah.
the name of it is actually called Fruit.
Fruit now it's called FL Studio. FL Studio,
Okay.
but before it was called Fruit Loops, but it's called FL Studio. Yeah. I know they have it for Windows and Mac right now, but there are different programs you can use. Fruit Loops is not the only one. For Mac, you have the Logic Pro Studio, which is a much more beefed up version of GarageBand, but it has
Okay.
many more that you can use. But and now there's Pro Tools, which is pretty much industry standard. A lot of producers in the industry use Pro Tools and Logic Pro. There's Ableton Studio. There's Ableton. There is Reason. Timberland uses a lot of Reason. There's some programs that are very confusing to use that I don't like touching because they're very confusing. But yeah, there are a lot of different programs that you can use to make your beats and everything. So that's how I really got into beat making.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
I'm gonna go out and come back in because my audio is doing something weird.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, let me hold it down while you're doing that.
Okay. Okay. Wrong one. It's blame it on the vision, man.
No problem. It's all good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's how I got introduced into making music. But yeah, my influences were really rock to start with, and I started listening to some hip hop very late in my probably I would say high school. Really, that's when I started listening to hip hop. You know, um, but yeah, I was being knowledge. I wanted to be a rapper. That didn't happen, obviously. Hey, it's not too late to chase your dreams, sis. But yeah, really, that's what really got me into music. Yeah, and right now, I kind of took a break off it because I've been focusing a lot on my work and everything. Sometimes you get that producer's block, so you got to be inspired. you know so I try to be inspired and everything, but I'm currently building my studio up, my apartment and all, and getting back on it. But yeah, I got some of songs that I usually play on the late night lounge, and I can send you something, sis, and we can play together if you want.
That would be cool. Do I
Yeah,
sound better?
yeah, yeah. You sound great. Yep, yep,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like I definitely think that it would be cool to learn a lot of those programs because I right now I only do GarageBand because I'm familiar with it. But if there's stuff out there that that would help me do this even easier, that would be cool. I haven't done GarageBand on computer yet because you know me, I do everything on my phone.
Yeah,
So I haven't gone over to the computer yet, but yeah, that would be cool.
for sure. Yeah, I can definitely show you when we can definitely, because I know you're a very fast learner yourself. So I think it's not going to take you time to even do it. It's going to be pretty easy, I will say. So I don't think it's going to be hard at all. Yeah.
Cool.
Can I share my screen and play this song? I think that would be the easiest way I can do it.
Sure.
All right, perfect. Um, all right. So allow.
Shout out to DZ guys. We are in for a treat. Don't forget to smash that like button. I see the likes went up to 11. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Share this on all forms of social media. Get some people over here to party with us, y'all. We got party over here, and we are with DZ.
Yeah, man, let's get it. Yeah,
Shout out to Tap In for Love for Hoop Culture. Shout out to Oodles of Cuddle. Shout out to Vegan Knowledge JJ. Shout out to Selfmade Sicario, Ball Don't Lie Podcast, Rev, everybody.
man.
Love the family. Love the support.
Shout out to the whole family, man. True love, y'all, man. It's always great to share this knowledge and everything and have these discussions. You know what I mean? Because it's I don't
Wait a
want to
minute,
keep.
hold up. Hold up. Oodles of Cuddle said, what was your rap name gonna be?
What's my right name gonna be?
What was your rap name gonna be?
Oh, me. Man. There was one called DZ the King.
Okay.
I got DZ the King. Because I always see myself up as a king, as cliche as that is. Yeah. Let me come back. Let me come back because it's having me restarting my Firefox. I'll be back now.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Shout out to my baby Jen. She's over there talking about the song that she did. Jen was going to be a rapper too. She had a song called Pop, Pop, Pop in the Chain. I joke with her all the time. I say, Lil Jen. I actually thought about going into rap myself. I spit some bars sometimes. I'm probably more of like a Lauryn Hill type rapper. I'll break out in some song with it, you know what I mean? But and no, I'm not gonna do any, not right now. I'm just not in the zone. I can't even think of anything that off the top of the dome to do, but it will be fun. I will do that one day. All right, let's get you back in here, DZ.
Hi, sis. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, cool. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah. So we just gotta share this in, right?
Yeah, yeah. All right, perfect. All right. So this is a Dubstep song. I called it Pregnant when I make the. I called it very random names when I make my song. So this has no relation to any time in my life. I just called it Pregnant.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a dubstep song. So yeah, enjoy it. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. I wonder if.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. We got.
All right.
Woo! Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Loved it.
yeah. This is a dubstep. Thank you, sis. And there is another one called Experience This. It's a drum and bass track, and
Really.
yeah, it's like drum and bass. It's very video game-ish type of song. So yeah, this is called Experience This. Um,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
It reminds me of 80s.
Oh, 80s, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
phenomenal.
phenomenal.
I like
I
that.
like that.
Yeah, yep. I had a feeling you will.
I'm
I'm
echoing it
echoing
again.
it.
Yeah, yep. This is it. Yep, let's experience this.
Dude, that
Dude,
is
that is
amazing.
amazing.
Thank you, thank you. I have more. I just need to get it situated. But yeah, like that's some of the music I do. Thank you so much, Vegan Knowledge. I appreciate it. Um, and sis, yeah, like I really music really is a way for me, especially making music. It's a way for me to kind of get away from a lot of the demons that I do deal with on a
Yeah.
daily basis, and for me it helps me really calm my anxiety, my nerves, and just get back to a place where I'm at. What I mean, I know music does do the same thing for a lot of us, a lot of us, and it's a way.
That's what drums does for me, you know?
Yeah, 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 exactly. And I can't wait until we collaborate on some tracks together.
Oh, definitely, man. It'll be a blast.
Yeah, for
It'll be
sure.
a blast. We'll definitely get that done.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, like, do you have anything else you'd like me to share?
No, that I really appreciate you going into that and your
Um,
musical history. That's really cool. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And the music that you're doing is absolutely wonderful.
thank you so
And yeah, definitely send me some tracks. I will jam out to them. You know what I mean?
much. For sure, for sure. We can definitely even chop it up on some Afro pop tracks that I do make too. So I'd love for you to add some jumps on that as well. Especially from the where I'm from in Nigeria. Um, and I'm in Nigeria. We definitely have a lot of Afro music that we have and all that. And I know that you're going to really dig. I mean, you like Burning Boy and everything. Those
Yeah.
influences as well. I don't know if you heard of Fela Kuti.
No,
Um,
never heard of. Jen said, "Where can we find your music?"
Um, well, you can find. Well, we do have a channel. Me and my bro, we have a channel called Cooking Music. I'll drop the link for you. I'll share it to you. I'll drop the link on our Discord as well. But yeah, I'll send it to you, JJ, and you can and Jan as well. You can even share it to Jan as well. But me and my bro, we have a
I
chat.
will put it in the link of the description of this video as well.
Yeah, yeah, certainly. Yeah. I need to go because it's pretty hard for us. Pretty hard to find us on YouTube these days. So I don't know why YouTube is doing that, but I'll definitely share it to you. But yeah, we have all our music there, and we certainly like we try to drop a song every month. Um,
Hmm.
every we did it every week and everything, but now we're trying to be more consistent with it. But we have a lot of house music as well that we
Oh,
like
I
to.
love house music. I was
Yeah,
Bartram was talking about that. I love house music.
yeah, exactly. House music is beautiful. Now, a lot of the house music, we have house music from South Africa because house music is very diverse. So we have
Yeah.
this house music called Kwaito, Kwaito, Kwaito music. It's very smooth South African music with a lot of African instruments as well. It's beautiful,
Wow, I want to hear that.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So definitely, I'll, for obviously for copyright purposes, with I'm trying to put it up on my screen, our YouTube channel. That way, we you guys can check it out and see for yourself, what we got. But yeah,
Cool.
we got a lot of good shit, man. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old, you know.
Nice.
So it's been a long time, it's been a long time.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that we have these platforms out here where we can kind of share and, uplift each other and turn other people on to the stuff that we're doing. You know what I mean?
Exactly, exactly. It's so
So, and as these platforms grow, more and more people will get turned on to the stuff that we're doing. So I'm excited for that.
exactly. Okay, I did find it. I did find
You
it.
got it? Okay, yeah, let's hear some.
So yeah, let me play it for you. Let me share it here. Share.
This is DZ from DZ's Late Night Lounge. Y'all getting ready to play us some Kwaito.
Some questions, man.
I love it.
Yeah, I'll play. Um, yeah, so I'll play this one here. This is some like Zouk. Yeah. So this is Alpha Studio. This is what we do.
Okay.
So this is the drums and all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep right there.
That's deep, yeah.
necessary.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yep. Yep, this is Bad Girl.
Yeah, that's tight right there.
Yeah, yep. And there's another one. Yeah. It's called Wango. This one.
Wow.
Yeah. This is on Afro Soul.
I'm gonna have to blast this one.
Oh yeah, you have to. Yeah, I got you.
That is awesome.
Yeah, man. Thanks,
We gotta support this brother in the music, man.
Thanks, man.
Is that your channel?
Yeah, this is our channel, me and my bro. Yeah, Cookie Music. Yeah. Let me drop the link to you. And then this is an African track that we made. Oh yeah. All right, no problem.
Or can you do it directly? You can directly drop the link in the chat too, can't you?
Understand? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just. Yep.
Shout out to
Queen
Queen Rosie over there. We see you.
Queen Boy, I know this. She's like, you should wish she was in an island. I know that's that sort of music, very tropical and shit. I'm glad y'all like it, and thank you so much, sis, for really giving me the opportunity to come through, and share this music with you, and then I love
That
doing
is
it.
fire, my brother.
Thank you, and we'll collaborate on some good shit too, and I'm really looking forward to that, man, because I want to share that magic that you have with the music ears, your drums, your skills, man. It's amazing, sis. I always say you're one of the most talented, so
Thank
definitely,
you, brother. I appreciate that. I
no
appreciate
problem.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
So shout out to everybody. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank Brother DZ. Y'all go subscribe to his channel, and we're gonna make sure that all the links we're gonna put DZ's Late Night Lounge in there. We're gonna put his cooking music channel in the description. And yeah, tap
Yeah.
in the love for hoop culture, self-made, King Fuse Lit House, everybody subscribe to their channels because the new media is a thing. Ball Don't Lie podcast. The brother is dropping good content every day. And so, guys, make sure you hit the like button before you go out. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate all of you so much for being in the chat, for hanging out with us today and listening to the rest of You Are a Badass. Next week, starting Monday, we're going to have a book called The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Yes, it is The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And it is hardcore. I'm telling you, I want to challenge everybody to try to figure out how many times they say fuck in the first chapter of that book. But that is a really good book. I was listening to it the other day, and yeah, I said, okay, I got to turn the folks on to this one because it's a good book. So Monday I'll be starting that one.
Oh, that's gonna be a hell of a fun one, man. I'm looking forward to that one, man, because that's something that a lot of people, can't. It's like we give a fuck about so much,
We really do. We hold on too tight a lot of times, and it's not good, you know?
Exactly, exactly. So it's important that we yeah, definitely remind ourselves to not give a fuck. So I'm looking forward to that, sis. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And tomorrow we're going to have Vegan Knowledge on here for a little bit, and she is going to go ahead and tell us what made her decide to go vegan and her journey in that. So if you've ever thought about becoming vegan, we're going to have Jen on here tomorrow to tell us what inspired her to do that and some ways that she can offer you and some things that she can offer you to try to help your journey if you want to, switch over to a plant-based diet. So I look forward to that tomorrow. Next weekend, I'm not going to be doing it though. I'm going to be doing Monday through Friday. I'm not going to do a 7-day thing, but I want to get her in there tomorrow, and then we're going to do Monday through Friday. We're going to listen to the book. Maybe we can do a freestyle Friday or something where we just talk about any and everything. So
That'll be fun. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And shout out to you, sis, and make sure you're like and subscribe to the channel. Sister JJ, you can see her, man. She's really working hard out here, providing us that fire ass content out here, man.
I appreciate it.
Fire. She's been on for 2 hours, more than 2 hours right now. So this requires a lot of planning, guys. So make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all go support her on the Cash App J&J video. She's really working hard out here for the people, man. So I
appreciate you, my brother.
Love you very much, as always. And thank you.
Love you too, man. All right, we'll see y'all mañana.
Welcome to the Midday Meltdown Party. You've been listening to the Midday Meltdown Party over here with J&J Video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe, and please share if you care on all forms of social media. You can support the content on this channel by donating to the Cash App link that's been provided in the description of this video. Thanks again for listening. Peace and blessings.